I went to my friend's school. She teaches at an alternative school in Connecticut, and I went to talk to her students. A lot of her students are kids that come from similar backgrounds, physical abuse, sexual abuse. So they're not doing well in the actual high school. So now they're in this alternative high school, kind of transitioning, or some of them are going to be there permanently. Others transitions into like juvenile detentions because they're not functioning. So I went there to talk to them. I brought my artwork. I remember sitting in there, I was talking, this is probably about a month and a half ago. It's the first time I actually got to go and speak to students like this. And, I talked to my friend, she's like, well, what are you going to talk to them about? And I was like, I'm just going to tell them my story, like who I am, what I'm doing, and that I'm not that different from them. I grew up in the city just like they did. I just happened to go to college and do some stuff. But the difference is I just made a different choice. I could have fought my way through high school. I could have been in juvie. I could have done all this stupid shit. And I had the opportunities to do it, but I just didn't. And I sat there, I talked to them. Some of them, I could tell I was getting through to some of them. Some of them are getting triggered, so they're like, fuck this, I gotta leave. And then they came back. I was there for about an hour and a half. But when I left, some of the students, they came up to me and they're like, that really, some of them opened up to me and they're like, I was abused, I didn't want to leave you out there hanging, 'cause, you said it, so, I had to say it. And then the teacher, my friend, she was like, a lot of these kids, some of them haven't said it, they come to us with records that we know, but they haven't told us. And, just to have some of these kids like, coming in and relating to me like that, I felt like, that's kind of what I wanted to do with my art or with my story. Like if one person, whoever it is, says like, hey, that's kind of like me, but not me, like they can talk about it. And then, if they talk about it, then they can see signs, they can recognize things, they could stop a pattern.